Meghan Markle's podcast struggles as South Park hits a nerve. Is the Duchess losing her shine? When Meghan Markle launched her new podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder, hopes were high. After all, she was riding the success of her previous show Archetypes, which reached the top of the charts in 2022. But just a few days after its debut, the podcast is already facing a major reality check. So what went wrong? And why is the Duchess of Sussex suddenly the target of South Park's sharp humor again? A royal flop? The disappointing start to Meghan's new podcast. It was supposed to be a major win. Meghan's podcast promised to inspire listeners with stories of female entrepreneurs, offering a behind-the-scenes look at successful women who've built their brand from the ground up. The first episode dropped on Tuesday, featuring an interview with one such entrepreneur. But instead of soaring to the top of the charts like Archetypes, Confessions of a Female Founder failed to make a splash. By Friday, just 3 days after its release, it was sitting at number 19 on Spotify's U.S. Top Podcast chart. For perspective, Archetypes hit number 1 back in 2022, dominating the charts and sparking global conversations. So what's the deal with this sudden drop-off? Are listeners simply not interested in her new format? Or is there something more at play here? Why does Meghan's interview style fall short? One of the key criticisms emerging from fans and critics alike is Meghan's interview style. Where Archetypes engaged listeners with its deep dives into gender, race, and social dynamics, Confessions of a Female Founder feels more like a polished, corporate-friendly talk show. Perhaps the conversational tone that made her previous podcast so compelling is missing here. But here's the big question. Is it the content that's falling flat? Or are people simply tired of hearing from the Duchess? South Park takes a jab, and Meghan isn't laughing. Adding to the podcast troubles, South Park, the animated show known for poking fun at celebrities, has recently released an episode that mocks Meghan and Prince Harry, further fueling the fire. The comedic take on their life in Montecito is getting a lot of attention, and it doesn't seem to be the kind of press Meghan would appreciate. While the South Park episode is certainly a satire, it's clear that Meghan's public image has taken a hit. The show's sharp critique, combined with the mediocre reception of her podcast, makes it seem like the Duchess is struggling to find her footing in this new chapter of her life. So what's next for Meghan? Can she turn it around? Despite the rocky start, there's still hope for Meghan's podcast and brand. The truth is, not every venture hits the ground running, especially for someone like Meghan who is constantly in the media spotlight. If she learns from the feedback and tweaks her approach, there's a chance she could find her audience again. After all, failure isn't the end. It's just a detour on the way to success. What do you think? Meghan's podcast might not have set the charts on fire yet, but it's still early days. Do you think she'll recover and turn things around? Or is this the beginning of the end for her podcast empire? Share your thoughts and join the conversation below.